Hi friends, till now we have discussed many concepts in the Docker Swarm. So in this video we will discuss on one features known as global mode and replicas. We will see the difference between these both, what is replicas and what is global mode. So the first thing is we have already used replicas in our previous session. So what replicas does? Replicas is just similar to the scale. Whatever the count we will give in replicas, that much containers will be created. Let me show you once with example. The server is not running fine. Yeah, it is running fine. Docker service ls. So as you can see, no container is running now. So what I will do, I will run few container. So Docker service create name my service. See, here we used to give replicas. What replicas actually is? Replicas, what does it? Creates that number of container, whatever count we will give over here. If we will give 20, then 20 containers will be created. If we will give 40, then 40 containers will be created. If we will give 1000, then 1000 containers will be created. So what I mean to say that replicas simply indicates the number of containers, that how much container Docker Swarm should initiate. And whatever the number we will give, Docker Swarm will initiate that many of containers as per the load balancer. With the load balancer, it will see that on which server it should initiate how many servers. So that is what replicas mean. So if I give 20 over here, so give small p 1, 2, 3, 4, and let's take Tomcat only. So what I did with the replicas, I had created 20 containers of the Tomcat. So if I will give Docker ps, so see 5 containers has been created in this server, Docker ps 5 in this server as well, Docker ps 5 container in this server, and Docker 5 container in this server. Means Docker Swarm has distributed 5 servers among the 4 hosts, because we are having 4 hosts with us. So the Docker Swarm has distributed 5 servers to all the 4 host machines. Okay. So this is what replicas is. I think you got the concept of replicas. Now see, I want to show you once more the beauty of the Docker Swarm. See, this is my master 1 server, which is leader, and this is my node 1 server, which is worker. Now let me go to the node 1 server. See, right now I am in node 1 server. So in the node 1 server, if you will look, then see 5 containers are running. Okay. So previously what I have shown you, that I have killed this container manually, docker rm -f. So what Docker Swarm is doing, Docker Swarm is creating one more container, and we have seen that last time, that can see the container got created in this server itself. In this server itself, the container came up. Okay. Now what I will do, I will reboot this server. So once I will press the reboot command, what will happen? This server will go down. So in this, here if you will come, here the status will show as unknown. Instead of ready, it will go into the unknown status. So what will happen? We have given replicas as 20. So anyhow, Docker should maintain 20 servers, 20 containers every time. So if this server, see, I am pressing reboot. So what happened? Docker ps. If you will see, Docker service ls. See, still 20 out of 20 replicas is running. Okay. So I want to see where it is running, where the 5 container of this node 1 server went. So I will give Docker service ps and the service name. So what I will see 30 seconds ago, means in the node 1 server went down, and where it created, this created in the node 2. So very clearly you will be able to see this one server is status is shut down. Okay. And where this Tomcat services went, there it is running in the node 2 server. Now let's see to the service number 12. So this service number 12 was running in the node 1, which is now down. So now where it is running? Now it is running in the node 3 server. So they have distributed likewise. Okay. See, it was running in the node 1, which is now down. So now in which server it is running? It is running in the master 1. So if I will give docker ps, so see, in my master server previously 5 container was there, but now if I will see 7 containers are there. See, 2 containers came up 1 minute ago. Means what I mean to say, when this server went down, automatically Docker Swarm created 5 new containers in any of the 3 servers which is remaining. So 2 containers got in the master server, few container got, see, 1 container got initiated in this Docker node 3 server and Docker yes. And if you will see, 2 containers got created in this node 2 server. Okay, means what I mean to say, if you will do docker node, so see what is the status you are getting. In the node 1 you are getting down, means this node 1 is not in the current ready status, it is down. So what Docker Swarm did, Docker Swarm run all their containers which was running in the node 1 in the remaining 3 server. Okay. Now let me bring up this server. Now what I will do, I will bring up this server. So you will see that my node 1 is up now. My node 1 server is up. But if you will see here, again you will find it is in the down status. Node 1 is it in the down status. Say why? Because whenever we reboot this server, our Docker our Docker got disabled. So we need to start our Docker services. So I will run docker start. See, when I run this command, immediately go and check here. Node 1 became ready. Immediately here the effect came. Means whenever my server came up, immediately it is showing node 1 is up. Now if you will see docker ps, no container is running. But if you will compare with all these 4 servers, this node master server is running 7 container, this is running 6 container, and this server is running 7 container. But this server is not running any of the container. But this server is also part of the Docker Swarm cluster. Okay. So now what will happen? Suppose I want to increase my replica size from 20. I want to increase my replica size to 25. So 5 more containers will be created. Okay. So now what will happen? See, now what will happen? See, actually this is not to update. This is means this command is if you are creating new container. So docker service update replicas 25. I think the same command is there. Sorry, I could put my service name over here. So what was my service name? My service name is my svc. So if you will see, it has run. Okay. So if you will, I will run docker service ls. So what you are getting out of 25, this 25 server container is running. So if I will do docker ps, see, no modification is done. No container has been created in this. But if you will go to this server, you give docker ps, all the 5 containers, all the newly 5 created containers got into the single server. So here I think you got the clear concept of load balancer, which is an internal feature of Docker Swarm. Means Docker Swarm had seen that this server is not having a single containers and remaining 3 servers are running 6 or 7 containers. So all the 5 containers should run in this server because this server is having the lowest load on this. So this is what Docker Swarm does. So I think now you got a clear concept of replicas. Now after the replicas, we do have one more option known as global mode. Instead of replicas, sometimes we use a global mode as well. So before explaining my global mode, let me delete all this service ls. So I will delete this service docker docker service. Okay, so clear the screen. So now what I will say, see global mode. Now I will discuss on the global mode. So what actually global mode is? Now I will create the container the same pattern which we followed earlier, but instead of replicas, now I will use global. So see what modification will be done. So what was the command? Docker service create -- name my mode. It is okay. Nice. So after my mode, I am giving name. I have given mode. I am given global. Okay. See, before we used to give here replicas equal to count. What is the count of the replicas? And in the global, we will give the global mode mode as a global. Okay. So after this, I am assigning my IP 1234880 Tomcat. Okay. So I think I covered all them. Okay, let me run. So see what will happen. What happened if I will give docker service ls? So what you are getting? 4 out of 4. Why 4? Because right now if you will see, we have 4 server with us. This 4 server is having with us. That's why it is showing 4 by 4. What global does? Is that the number of host machine, the number of server you are having in the Docker Swarm cluster, it will deploy one container in all these server, neither more than one nor less than one. It will create only one container in all the server which is a part of Docker Swarm. So if you will give docker ps, see one Tomcat image will be there. If you will give docker ps, one Tomcat image will be there. Docker ps, one Tomcat image will be there. Docker ps, one Tomcat image will be there. So what I mean to say that when we run the container in the global mode, then all the server got one container each, and we don't have to specify the count. Already global means it will run one container in all the servers which is a part of Docker Swarm cluster. Okay. So now see what is the benefit of use. What is the use of that? So suppose in the production we use to have sometimes some requirement like we do need to run one application in all the servers, and that application should always be there. Whenever server will be up, that application should immediately come up. Okay. So in that situation, we used to run global mode. So for example, you can take any example of monitoring tool. So to run any monitoring tool, we need only one monitoring tool application in all the servers. So we can run that monitoring tool with that global mode. Okay. Now see, I will show you one important magic. Last time what we did, we rebooted this server, and when we used the replicas, so when the server automatically came up, no container was there. But let me reboot this once more. Okay. So see, before reboot, I will give the command docker node ls. So this you are getting node 1 is ready. Okay. And if I will run the command docker service ls, so you are getting 4 out of 4 replicas is running. Okay. 4 out of 4 replicas. Why? Because Docker global mode says that we are having 4 server is running, and whatever the server is running, we are having the replicas as well for that. So now let me reboot this server. See, when I rebooted this server, so what is the node? See, node 1 is still not ready because it takes some time to update. So it will update. Let me refresh. So it will update. Yeah, see, it updated. So now it is down. So if now I will run the command docker service ls, so you will see 3 by 3. Okay. What 3 by 3 means? Global only says that I am checking with the Docker cluster. In the Docker cluster, 3 servers are running. 3 servers are in the ready status, and in all the 3 servers, I am running this application. Whatever the container you run, I am running in all the 3 servers. It is running. Okay. Now let me bring up this server. Now what I will do, I will again bringing up this server. So my server is up. Let me start my Docker services. So you see what you will notice. This Docker services started, immediately this node 1 came up. And when this node 1 came up, you will notice that immediately replicas also came up. Means what I mean to say, if I will give docker ps over here, see, I rebooted this server. After I rebooted this server, this application went down. There was no use of this application. Instead of this container, no other host means created new container for this. But when this server automatically rebooted and this server came up, automatically this container which was down, it created again in this server. Means what I mean to say that with the global mode, all the times one containers will be there in all the servers. If the server will go down, no new container will be created for that server. And if the server will come up anytime and it would be a part of the Docker Swarm cluster, then automatically that container will come up with the global mode. So I think now you got the difference between the global mode and replicas mode. So this is what the main concept between the global mode and replicas mode. So that I have discussed. Now I will discuss one more important topic. Let me show Docker node PSA3. See what I did. I have run docker node inspect command on my master1 host machine. Okay. Now suppose till now we have seen many concepts that how can we create new container, how can we create multiple containers, how can we create master node, how can we bring down the manager node. If my manager node goes down, how automatically the other manager nodes will come up. And if I want to promote worker node to manager node, we have seen already all these things. So now if one question comes into the mind, suppose if I want to give constraint, some constraint means like I want to run container with the Docker Swarm, but I want to give the constraint that all these containers should run only in this server. All these containers should run only in this server. Then what? Is there any possible way in the Docker Swarm? Yeah, Docker Swarm do have the possible way for that. So how do we achieve that? We achieve that with the labels. See, one labels concept is there. Okay. With this label concept, we used to achieve that constraint. Okay. So how I have used docker node inspect command to verify all these definition, all these functionalities my master1 Docker Swarm has. Okay. So here I can see that labels is in the labels I already have defined one type as Amit. So I want to define one more type. Okay. So first what I have to do, I will define one type. So how to define the type? Docker node update. If you will give -help, this will show you all the options available with this Docker node update. So I have to add one label. To add one label add option is there. So what I will do, I will give this label add, then I will give type equal to give Devops G. This is my channel name, so I given Devops G, and I want to implement this on master1. This is my master1 node. So I want to implement this on this server. Okay. So see what happened. It is implemented. If again I want to verify, I can give docker node inspect master1. So if I will go to this type, then what I will see now labels has been changed to the Devops G. Okay. So now how can I run this, how can I use this constraint? So previously what I did, how used to I run the container? Docker service ls. Let me first remove this. So I removed, okay, no container is there, no services is running. So what I want to create one new service. Okay, so I want, my condition is that all the containers, whatever I will give, that should run in one server. Whatever the constraint I will give, that should follow the constraint. So what is the command? The same command is there. Docker service create -- name using I given any random name. I given my name as using constraint. Okay. So this name I have given. You can give any name of your choice. So constraint, you have to use -- constraint with the node dot labels dot type dot, what name we have used? We have used name is equal to Devops G. This name we have used. Okay. Now -p 1 2 3 4 8 0 8 0. So see what I did. I used the same command docker service create, and in the name I have given user constraint, and here I am using constraint. Which constraint? The same constraint which I created just now, which I created above, and I have given the label name is Devops G. If you can see it over here, I have given the label name as Devops G. The same constraint I am given. Means I am instructing my Docker Swarm, please run this container, please run these services only on those servers where this constraint verifies, where these constraints become true. So this constraint checks that where the label's name is Devops G in the entire cluster. So let me run. So see, when I am running this, so what you will see, Docker PS. See, Docker PS when I given, so one container came up. Why one container only came up? Because I haven't given the replicas account. Okay. So now let me give replicas account as well. Now let me give replicas 5. Okay. And let me change the port number, because if I won't change then I will get the error that this port number is already busy. I have to change the name as well. My replicas, using replicas, yeah, it's very fine. So see what will happen now. So if you will give Docker PS, see what is happening. All the 5 containers came up into the same server. No other server, same server. So if I want to verify now, I will go to the master IP. I will get the master IP from here. What is my master IP is this one. So with the master IP, when I will run the port number, so it should, my Tomcat server should be reachable. That is what I am going to verify now. I am going to show you. Okay. So let this come up. So it came up. Now let me copy my IP address. So this is my IP address. So I am copying this one. 1 2 3, and we use the port number in this Docker service ls. So we have used 1 2 3 5 port number. 1 2 3 5. You see what you are noticing. You will notice that Tomcat server is running in this. Okay. Are you getting my point? And if you see, we are already running 2 services. In the 1 2 3 4 also, if you will check, it will be showing the same Apache. So see, the same Apache is running in the 1 2 3 4 port number as well. So what I mean to say, with the constraint, with using the constraint, I have limited this Docker Swarm that you should run the service after this condition will be satisfied, this constraint will be satisfied, only then you can run the services, and you have to run the services only on those servers whoever will be satisfying this condition. So already we have decided, we have given the labels name. So with this label name, it is found in the master server. So it is running in the master server. Okay. So I think now you are very clear with these replicas, with global mode, and how can we give the constraint and all. So I think now you should do practicals of your own, and I have made a document of all this command, whatever I am running. I have made a separate document for all, and all the documents I will be uploading in my Facebook group Devops Z. So you can download it from there, and I am requesting each one of you, please do the practical as well, because without practical you will not be able to handle all the concepts whatever I am sharing. With practicals you will get clear idea and concept that what we are doing. Okay. So I think this is sufficient for this video, and in the next video I will show about the website Play with Docker. Docker has its own website, Play with Docker, where we can practice all the sessions what we have did till now. So I will show you in next session. So I think this is sufficient for this session. So we will catch up in the next session. Bye bye.